What's going on, fam? It's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, Lucky Murray, back with another Gamecock news update. Today, we are talking about game predictions between our SC Gamecocks, South Carolina Gamecocks, or USFC, and the Georgia Bulldogs. Before I go any further, man, I need you to do one of three things. One, like the video. If you rock with the content that I make, please like the video. Helps out a ton. Lets YouTube know that these videos are popping. People like it. They enjoy it. Blah, 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 blah. You know what the spill is. Like the video. Two, subscribe to the channel because like 70% of you guys are not subscribed. Subscribe to the channel. Helps you. YouTube also, that helps YouTube as well. Don't ask me how. I'm not a YouTube guru. I'm just telling you what I've been told. And also hit the notification bell. Notification bell, I know every time I drop a video. And three, share the video. It helps out a ton. So let's get back into this, man. So we played 7 p.m. Saturday against Georgia Bulldogs. We are a huge underdogs. So on 247sports.com, CBS gave their predictions. I'm going to read it real quick, and I'm going to give you what I think that should happen. So let's go to the news story, shall we? So as you can see right there, it says CBS Sports analyzed pick between Georgia and Carolina. It says the South Carolina football team opened up as a 32-point underdog to Georgia this weekend. It's a big number for sports gamblers, and the last time the Gamecocks went to Sanford Stadium, as a double-digit underdogs, they left with the most surprising win of the Will Muschamp era as head coach. The number 2 Georgia is certainly clicking on all cylinders at the start of the season, taking down a top 5 ranked Clemson team as well as a completely obliterated UAB in the second week of the season. What the Bulldogs 2-0 have done has helped set the number so high. The over-under points total open at 48.5. CBS Sports analyst Brady Quinn and Danny Kennel took a look at the game this weekend between the Gamecocks and the Bulldogs and gave their pick on the game against the spread. Here's a brief expert of what Quinn had to say. It's a big number for Georgia. This does look like the second best team in the country. Their defense is feisty, they're massive, and they can stop the run. They haven't allowed a defensive touchdown all year, only 2 yards per rush. At this time, that's a big challenge for South Carolina, which has to run the ball. Their quarterback situation is a little bit of a mess. Zeb Nolan has started the past couple of games and played well, but he'll have to be more than serviceable this one. And then I'm not sure what's going to happen in the game because I don't know who's starting at Georgia at quarterback. If it's JT Daniels, I think there's a better chance Georgia covers his number. If it's Stetson Brenton, I'm not sure I'm going to side with South Carolina. The typical play, Georgia tough. I'm going to take the 31 points on this one, but I do think it would be a low-scoring game, right? So let's go back to this one real quick as I gave you guys Brady's Quinn take on it. Here's my take on it. I think, one, it really depends on who plays quarterback for South Carolina this coming Saturday. Zell played okay. For me, yes, he may have had 2 touchdowns. He should have had 3, and yeah, it seemed like he had over 200 yards rushing. Passing. Excuse me. I don't think that he played well against a inferior team in ECU. He played well against Eastern Illinois. He played really well. It seemed like he was comfortable. It seemed like he was dotting his I's, crossing his T's. But when he played UCF, not UCF, Eastern Carolina, ECU, Eastern Carolina University, East Carolina. Why I say Eastern? East Carolina. It didn't seem like he was connecting well with receivers. He was missing. He was just overthrowing cats. He didn't really look comfortable in the pocket. He just didn't look like himself. So I think that if Luke Doty starts the game, I think that will help our running game a lot. 2 things. Our running game has to be clicking in order for our passing game to be open. I think our defensive line and our defense will play well against Georgia. I think that they're underestimating our defensive prowess. Yes, Georgia is the number 2 team in the country. But as you see time and time again, when South Carolina plays Georgia early in the season, anything can happen. And as y'all know, a few years back, we beat them in Georgia with Will Muschamp. I think that's the year that we went 4-8, I believe. So with that being said, I'm looking for Josh Vann to carry on Joyner to establish themselves. I'm looking for Nick Muse to get involved. I'm looking for all 3 running backs to really get the load. Who would take the bigger chunks? It really depends on game flow. I mean, you can say Kevin Harris, you can say Juju McDowell, you can say Z White. I believe our defense will set a tone. I believe our defense will give us a chance to stay within the game. I do agree with Brady Quinn. I think the game will be low scoring. I don't think that we will, unless our running game goes ham and we're busting out, 5, 6, 7 yards of carry. We're really gashing their defense to open up their passing game. I don't see it being a high-scoring game. But I do think defense will be the name of the game. I have a hard time thinking that our pass rush will – I believe our pass rush, that's what I'm trying to say, will bother Georgia enough to create some separation. Because I think they're underestimating our pass rush and also our defensive play. Because if it wasn't for our defense these past 2 games, I think that we wouldn't win the game against East Carolina. We would not win without that pick 6. And our defense kept us in the game. And I believe that the momentum for these 2 games, our defense is hungry. They know what the national press is saying about them. Then this South Carolina team, I think, has something to prove. And I think 31, I wouldn't take that. I don't think that we'll be beat by 31 points. I wouldn't take that spread. That's a huge spread. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be within a touchdown. I may be extremely wrong, but I have confidence in the Gamecocks to know that I think in the fourth quarter we'll still have an opportunity to win this game. But here's what I need you to do. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Do you think we're going to win the game, lose the game? Write that in the comment section below. If you made it this far, if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Man! Subscribe to the channel. Again, it's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator, and please don't forget all 3. Lucky Murray back with another Gamecock news update. And yes, this is the preview game. I don't do predictions or scores because I'm always wrong. But I do believe it's going to be a 7-point game. I think that this game right here is going to surprise a lot of people and put South Carolina on the radar as far as the improvement in the program. We're 2-0, whether we beat 2 high school teams, but still 2-0. Can't take that away from us. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. But like always, it's the next time, people.